Interesting. Just doing a shuffle for all of the tribes here, and solar plexus fired itself out. I've been wrapping up a hack that doesn't happen on running people's date of births for access to random things in your 12-strand DNA activation or birth charts for sending darts of anything less than perfect healing now. So solar plexus, focus on the yellow, my loves. That is for you. We're gonna keep on shuffling with this too. Greetings, Leo. Welcome back. So, this is the second 7 of the 11 from the strong of 2-3 to 2-9 that went long over the ease of this season. Say son. Alright, Leo. If you missed the first part, these cards here underneath were actually read. And you can click the link below to catch that part, because this is the expansion, if you like. And there's also going to be cards at the end of this video where you can click and it will take you through that as well. So this is the Tarot of Sexual Magic here, yours and theirs. Here we have John Holland Psychic Tarot Oracle deck. This is your side, their side, though stories could flip-flop. Know your designations. This is what you have in common. This is our now. What's at the root? What's up ahead? Challenges, and I'll say kind of opportunities for improvement, because guidance here. Alright, let's start in the middle. So, wow. Rejoice and settle. Wow. Rejoice and settlement and settle. We don't settle. But I hear it worked out for us, so rejoice in celebration, because for some of you all, whatever got thrown out was like kind of a waste. I'm hearing too much waste. There might have been 2, because now there's 3 left here. Because those are cups, these are cups. I'm hearing for some of you all, it's like a special kind of third-party participation that actually works out well. Because it's like, it might have been a weird 3-party situation before. And so it's like a different 3-party situation now. That's what I'm hearing. Some of y'all are going to know if that is relevant for you. Let's see what's happening here. Well, the waiting game. Tick-tock. What's black and white and sits like a, was it a dog or a cat or a jaguar? That cheetah thing. What's its face? Have you heard about the foot of the cheetah and what the jaguar knows about jumping into the same being in the zipped up clothes for black and white things? There's some very strange things coming to truth about the reality of what was never the reptilian species and what a power replication model looks like on ketones. And where some of you all that have been waiting for good news are sick and tired of pacing, and I'm hearing it's like trying to figure out what to do with this time while you've been hermiting. Especially if you've been like waiting for somebody that's never around. I'm hearing it's like, where does he go all the fucking time? What's in there? I'm hearing it's like somebody's private room, and it's like it's been off limits, and it's like finding out what was in there. Is what I'm hearing about. And I'm hearing whatever fell off the wall is going to tell you everything. Just know that it's like a 2-sided tape. And what people are going to start learning, and what I've been explaining, is that everything that we say and speak has 2 sides. It's like a recording on both sides. That's what your Akashic record is. You weren't flipped inside out to hear it, for us to learn how to home in. So backmasked And I'm hearing for some of you all, especially if you find out that you had like some kind of lying person in your life, I wouldn't call them a cat. I wouldn't call them a dog. I wouldn't name them after an animal, because that kind of dumb never gets it wrong. You know what I mean? Who's going around sprouting things off and like doing these underworldly grab things? Spirits, right? Sometimes it's what a haunt looks like. So these things have been quarantined. For what they don't get to split or insinuate about, bless you, baby, germs that would otherwise jump into plants. So, some of you are going to actually find out that the way that you created a child is like absolutely a miracle, because it's kind of like you got picked and not the other way around, because we're going to realize some of us didn't get germinated like that, and we're being falsely instigated with ideas of how we homed, where we're technically from like a future that didn't exist and we were in a special pod, killing and learning to understand how we landed in all these different forms and clothes. Yeah, and locking a gate. What it looks like when we're like, here, that thing that tried to like stuff itself into your feet and jump in on other sides of your brain while you were like asleep. Leap, yeared, it right? New, you thing, huh? Where's that extra day? Renderance unto the red seen you and read you right? Got it. Pole. Is what? Wrong sippy cup. Locked out and fucked. So, they don't get in. And I'm training things that are not really Mercury retrograde. It's like a magnetic overlay of bitch slaps that keep them away forever. Okay, so let's see what's up ahead in your future. Deception and envy. Ooh, look at that. Somebody tried to fly in under the radar. I'm hearing for some of you it was like, you might have been dusted, and I'm hearing you might not know what the post office knows about that, because the watchers on the wall, oof, and some people in there knowing about the ones that will dust you in your face like some serpent in the rainbow shit that you don't even know about. Yeah, and what this is, it's like, put on the bitch shield. So, that's a 7 there. I'm hearing this person might be like a sun-moon combo. This is so weird. 2, 3, 7. That's like my birthday, my BR day, what this is about. And like closing it on Art of Love versus Law of Attraction, where somebody could open it and 12 strangle versions of you to populate themselves and have new ages to become a god. What I performed was a very special kind of brain surgery on a salad bowl. What I knew about Sunday things. So, it went Monday one day. Yeah. So, what's at the root here? We've got 11, balance. That's weird. That's like my life path. And I have a Leo moon too, so I'm kind of reading myself. Also, being honest with you about a pact I made. And what my oath is with the doctors in Med USA that locked us. And what a real security gate looks like now that we have Biosphere 7. And for some of you all, this is just knowing that you met your divine resonance, and this is like a royal special flush. So we have like a wash on everything that didn't happen, especially over you and your partnership, especially if you were growing something privately for a reason too, that's getting protected at the same time. That water is not being sliced up for a split birth that you didn't agree to under inoculation. So, how about that? This 11 here, this is the Justice card. And it's like the hierarchical version. Yeah. It's the version that knows that this is 2 that are 1, that is the 0 thing at the same time. And what the angel and the angles is, and where a certain healing happens, especially for those of you all that have been seeding your love and sharing it and always having something to just offer lovingly And not in a pushy way, because a lot of you are the right kind of Leos. Admit it, you've been around some Leos that just think that everything revolves around them. That's how they crown themselves. This is how my Leo kind of crowns himself. It's like double agent, bitch tactic. What I didn't see, but you heard it and you smelled it. It made you feel good. So for some of you all, you got a real good double agent over here, playing the right kind of like wing person, where it's like, what's this wing woman, wingman thing? It's like, what about this? You know, something like that. It's like, where it's like you and your buddy having the overview together, but it's like nobody saw it. It's like we're kind of like back to back, even though it looks like this on the front. It's like the special pact. It's a beautiful way to ascend your energy through a chalice, where the spirit and the scent is actually being honored, because some people know how to handle spirits, and other people it's just like they have to remind you when something is spiritual, because it's that spear in the eye thing. Let's see what we got up here. Alright, disruption, shaking it up. Maybe it's the right kind of Scorpio, and for some of y'all, it's like finding out that it's the, in what you can hear between the lines now, that we know who was trying to cut the water up and sending it up and saying, oh, it's this. If it wasn't the right one, because that's what echoes through the cups, and what a Metatron knows about. Oh yeah, that's a sound coming around. Maybe it's like, ooh, cut this MF off because you heard what it said now. And where somebody's like, all right, that goes in the compost. And laurel wreath. Catch it. Because it's a showdown with that disruption. That 16 right there is sweet, baby. It's what doesn't happen to your sweet 16 now. And why that's also a 7. Like, getting to see through who would do things in the name of deception and envy. Especially if they knew somebody was waiting and it was like looking through the glass, you know? Like, the looking glass. And who doesn't take it for a spin around the rosy? You know? Ashes full of what now? I don't think so. To pose an Idon? Is that where the new dawn is? Nasty things never get to happen. When you have come to rise to the balance of water, where air and fire can be safe even in containment like this, to not leach and create a forest fire like that for the split on gold. And all that stuff that you can probably hear inside that bowl now. Because we've been training a biosphere around the frequency and resonance of water cleaned. Let's see, because some of you all have been very, very patient with what's going on in your life, and I'm hearing about somebody who's like 7 months pregnant and really pissed off right now about some third-party situation that has been happening in front of her the whole time. And I heard it's like right here, I can see it, it's in the dust, it showed up on the surveillance lens that he didn't know about, and that's my favorite couch. You're gonna know if that's yours. What I'm hearing is that it's like a very special way to unwrite that situation completely because of how they were cheating. It's like trying to stick their hand in a grab from a reverse angle that wasn't quite there, so it just like explodes. And that's what this is here too. It's very advanced security. And what doesn't get to happen. I call it the chomp. Okay, so let's see, because that's major arcana, so this is what you share in common. So it's like if they were trying to set themselves up for this, it's like something's in the middle, like spinning around saying, no you don't. It might be like that clock, you know? Let's see what's going on here. Well, we've got the Knave of Swords. That's a little bit of an immature energy. It's kind of lurky, spy-ish. And like, I'm gonna put my hands on it, you can't see me. She's like, I know this. That's what I was knowing. About the pose and the Idon. So, let's see what's over here. Well, we've got the High Priestess here, been knowing some stuff, and what that might even look like there, and why it's just sigil. And what Gnosis looks like when she's like, okay, this is my exit package. I'm coming through here, and there's this gate that I wrapped around while I was in the water that didn't get split, and we saw what this one was reaching for. Because that's the other side of what might have been screened. It's a certain kind of a cut, scene, edit, like, you know what they do when they want to get credit and then say they're doing something heroic, like that Fight Club scene shit where they just slipping pics in there? Guess what pixel is around pixel and what an 11 does, and how they might also show up like that and that and that and that all at the same time. It's like, what can you do with a dot on a screen that's green for wages? Does that sound like something interesting to you? What have you been paying into? It's all coming out right now. And so some of you all kind of scored big, you know, in the Padre Pio way, where it's like being open-minded to how you've actually made yourself safe and been safety with your fire and what got into your hair. Especially if you share, you know, fire moon like me, and it's like, no, you're not gonna burn my hair on fire and gaslight me. For being the right kind of lion in front of Zion, it's like, really? These are the things that have been going on. So for some of you all, it's like seeing an escape route where it's like, that's the stake that somebody swung around, and I'm hearing about somebody just like taking really cheap shots about how others earn their income and living and what they actually do for theirs. It's fascinating. You know, it's time for good season. You know? I love you all. Let me know if it hit. I'd love to know if it's relevant. Thank you for your support. Share it with somebody if you think it will be helpful. If you need your own reading, hit me up. Details below. You can get as specific as you need. That's where very fine Martians land. Feel free to be there if you need more support. It's a chat room. If I don't hear from you, love you. Take care. We'll catch you again soon. We're back for another one. Bye for now.
Promise that you'll catch me.